Hey everyone, welcome to Reddit Readout. Today we are checking out Rules Horror. Story 1. Wow, you became my friend. Follow these rules and we'll be friends for a while. A place to share scary stories which contain a set of rules to follow. Hi. If you're reading this, then you've probably befriended me. The following message will simply be rules to keep yourself safe during the time that you are friends with me. If at any point of reading this message you decide you want to stop being friends with me, then skip to Rule 13. To start off these warnings, I'd just like to say I'm so happy we're friends now. Of course, I would like to give you a couple of warning before you read the note. 1. Don't trust any rules that have any punctuation right after the number and X. 1, 2, 3. 2. If you have questions after you've read the message, simply message me and I'll be happy to respond. 3. Be a little wary of any rules that sound like they're trying to make you hide, they're just trying to locate you. Okay, now on to the main rules. Follow these to a T and you should stay safe. If at any point you break any rules, skip to Rule 8. 1. If you get this message and you have no idea who I am, please block this number and don't respond to it again. If you make the mistake of responding, pray to God. Trust me, God's real, but He's less charitable than you think. 2. If you know who I am, continue reading. Yes, this is a rule. The only exception is if you've already decided you don't wish to be friends with me, then refer to Rule 13. 3. If you wish to message me at any point before 12 am, then you're safe, but between the hours of 12 to 4 don't message, no matter how important the message is. 4. If I message you between the hours of 12 to 4, it's safe to respond, but only once. 5. If you want to talk to me in person, then message me the word talk along with the area in school which you'd like to speak in. No face-to-face communication outside of school unless planned 3 days beforehand. 6. If you happen to hear a sort of whispering while you're trying to message or talk to me, immediately stop. If you don't, I can't help you. 7. If you hear someone calling your name through your phone while talking to me, completely power off your phone and don't turn it on for 10 minutes. 7a. If you can't turn off your phone fast enough, you'll start hearing crying. Your best chance of remaining unharmed is to leave the room you're in along with phone. 8. So, you broke a rule? Well, your best chance is to try and find a knife and carve 3 zeros on your arm. You should be safe. Don't ask why 3 zeros work, because even I don't know. 8a. No knife? Hide under a blanket or covers for 30 minutes. If you hear rapid footsteps rushing toward you, you need to stop breathing and try to stay completely still. This will for sure keep you alive. If you mess this up, you'll be sent to a place commonly known as hell. 9. You might encounter me in public. If you do, you may walk up to me, but be wary since there may be a specific feature that's different. If there's something off about me, try to act like nothing's wrong. 10. Maybe you aren't talking to me, but you still hear the rapid footsteps. That means God simply hates you. Hide as fast as you can anywhere. Tim will only look for you for about 5 minutes. But be careful, he can smell fear. 11. If you've received this message past 10 p.m., this is a false warning and they've already found you. Make peace with your family. You only have 24 hours. 12. If there is no Rule 13, then message me the second you get to this point. I can help, but only to a certain point. 13. If you no longer wish to be friends the next time I try to speak to you in person, you need to number. No matter what I do, you only have one chance to do this. Make it count. You've reached the end of the rules. I hope you follow all the rules, that way we can maintain a long, healthy friendship. Can't wait to talk to you after this message goes out. Story 2. Restricted Area. A place to share scary stories which contain a set of rules to follow. One holiday, you and your friends go to visit the Tiancana Forest in Washington. You've all heard the rumors. Apparently, the area used to be decently active, but a sudden uprising of cultists in the area caused the place to become largely abandoned. Nobody knows where they came from, or what happens there today, leaving it shrouded in mystery. You took a tent, some sleeping bags, food, some other supplies and a handgun in case things got bad. To you, the idea sounded fun, and a good way to spend some time with your friends. As you and your friends drove along, the area around you gradually became more desolate. Cities turned to suburban neighborhoods, which turned to scattered houses, which turned to rural ones on a dirt road. Eventually, there were only densely packed trees and long abandoned buildings to keep you guys company. After hours of driving, you finally arrived to a massive sign saying, Tiancana Forest South Side Entrance. There was smaller writing below, but the sign was damaged and rusted, rendering you unable to make it out. Directly below the sign lied a small canister, inside of which was a yellowed, weathered piece of paper. You took it. The road ahead of you was too bumpy and cluttered to drive through, so your group decided to take out whatever was needed and go on foot. As you walked, you opened the note and began reading. To whoever reads this note. This is a restricted area. You shouldn't have come here, it really isn't safe, but I guess there isn't much I can do to deter you besides a warning. You don't need to know my name, but I used to work as a park ranger in the area before the program shut down and everything was abandoned. If you plan on staying here a while, this note contains some general safety tips. Keep all food and electronic items in sealed, preferably waterproof containers. Tiancana is quite rainy, and you don't want your necessities all soggy and damaged. Be cautious with wildlife. Animals here generally aren't that aggressive, but they're still wild animals that can easily hurt you if you're not careful. You'll likely come across deer, foxes, even grizzly bears while you're on your trip. The wildlife here can be beautiful, but it's best to admire from a distance. Carry a compass on you. There's no phone service for tens of miles and the area isn't fully mapped. A compass can help you get to where you need to go. Try to stay near the rivers. You might find a river in the forest. The waters are aggressive and deep, not at all fit for swimming, but if you don't have anything to drink, the river water is generally pretty clean. It could also lead you out of the forest, as long as you know which direction you're going in. Don't go north. Take note of abandoned buildings. While most of them have little to offer you, things like abandoned cabins can provide refuge from harsh weather and serve as useful markers to keep you from getting lost. Don't follow the paths. You've probably heard a thing or two about the cultists. They aren't as much of a threat as they once were, but they're far from eradicated. The paths are littered with disguised bear traps and upward-facing needles. This is much more of a threat at night, when you can barely see 5 feet in front of you. Most of the paths don't lead anywhere useful. If you have any kind of firearm, shoot cultists on sight. It sounds weird and bloodthirsty, but I swear to God every one of those fuckers deserve it. The odds of you finding one in the south side is low, but not unheard of. Generally, they dress up in unmarked black robes and a spired cloth hat. If you kill one on a path or in an open area, drag the corpse into the bushes. They're extremely protective of their members, and if the collective finds out you killed one, there is nothing you can do. They have a disturbing amount of political power and the law will not save you from them. P.S. You may notice that the cultists carry a small vial of an unknown liquid on their hip. Don't touch it. Do not go further north no matter what. The further up you go, the worse shit gets. If you go far enough north, you hit the point of no return. Compasses no longer function, the woods are so dense you can barely see during the day, and you'll have a lot more to worry about than just the cultists. Don't make loud noises. You'll get the attention of cultists, and God knows what else. Speaking of the cultists, the ones up north travel in groups. Your gun will be of no use to you. Don't investigate any sounds of crying or screaming. There is nothing good here that wants your attention. Carry a melee weapon on you. There are these things, horrendous abominations that I'm sure are related to the cult in some way. They look like deformed, human-sized creatures with long, skinny necks. You'll know one's stalking you when you hear the occasional faint crack in the distance behind you. They move at blinding speeds. They're incredibly patient, and will wait for you to leave your hiding spot before they attack. Your only option is to fight them. Preferably, use a sharp weapon, or a heavy blunt one, but if you have no other choice fists work too. It will let out a deafening screech. Do not react, keep bashing it until it stops moving. When you're sure it's dead, flee the area, as the noise will attract unwanted attention. There's a chance you'll come across a mutilated animal. If it's a smaller animal like a deer or a wolf, and it's mutilated in a precise, symmetrical way, it was the work of cultists. Leave the area. However, if you come across the remains of a grizzly bear strewn out as if it was ripped apart or stomped on, go back on whatever trail you can find. Don't worry about the cultists. They're hiding, too. Entering Tiancana, especially the north, is a death wish, and I wish luck to any soul brave enough to enter. Let me reiterate one more time. There is nothing for you here. Leave while you still can. After examining the note, you of course dismiss it as some sort of sick prank, but keep it in your back pocket anyway. After about half an hour of walking, your hike to your camping spot is interrupted by your friend's screaming. He clutches his bleeding foot, and underneath him you see a blood-stained knife sticking up out of the ground. You pull out your phone to get directions back to your car, but alas, there's no signal. Realizing you all have no idea where you came from, you decide to pick a direction and start walking. It's going to be a long night. Story 3. The sun is your number one enemy. A place to share scary stories which contain a set of rules to follow. Hello, if you are hearing this, then I am dead. Either by being taken by the sun or by taking my own life, it doesn't matter. I am here to help you survive with these rules. 1. Do not go outside during the day. You should never go outside during the day without covering your whole body. 2. Fire is your best friend. They are scared of fire. I shouldn't have to say more. 3. Try to make allies. Having allies to help in this place is going to increase your survival rate by a lot. 4. Travel only during the night. As I said before, the sun is your number one enemy. Traveling during the night will be safer, but you're not out of harm's way even if you travel during the night. 5. Do not let the sun take you. No matter what, you mustn't let the sun take you. Hell, kill yourself before those things get to you. No matter what, do not melt. 6. Find shelter at a SCP facility. As one of the SCP scientists, I recommend you find shelter at a SCP facility, as there be guards there protecting you. 7. Do not trust the voices. Do you hear your loved one saying about how beautiful the sun is? Do not trust them or give away your location, as those are sadly your loved ones who got taken by the Sunday. 8. There's not only the sun to worry about. Other monsters lurk in the dark. You might find a giant lizard that is quite durable, or an old man covered in darkness coming out of dark goo. 9. Do not make any loud sounds. This one is easier said than done. 10. These creatures are melted into goo. These were former humans like you, however their body is melted, taken by the sun, and their only goal is to find people and show them how beautiful the sun is. 11. Shit. They are breaking through. Where the fuck is my pistol? This is based on SCP-001 aka When Day Breaks. That's all for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.